What's good, everybody? Welcome to Paranormal Hood Live. I'm back. It's me, Smoking here. Sorry, y'all can't see my beautiful face right now. Don't have a camera right now. Camera got knocked over and it's not working. And the camera on my laptop sucks. It's in a stupid spot. So if I turn it on, you'll be looking at my chest unless I put it at a weird angle and then I can't see the screen. So it's all right though, because I'm just gonna play an old video, an old show for a little while, whatever. I'll be at the chat here and there. I got to take care of some plants and stuff. But let's see who's in the chat here. Say what's up to everybody. We got Genocide coming in first. Tiffany, what's good? Brad Gray, what's going on? Hi, Mom. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Cal? Robin, how's it going, Robin? Robin, it's way past your bedtime. What are you doing up still? You're supposed to go back after Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Michael Adams. All right, that looks like everybody for right now. It's good to see everybody. Hope y'all doing well. KB, it's good. Finished hitting this blunt real quick. Some more people maybe come in. I'll stop playing old random video. If I fix this camera, I get another one. I'll do a show, maybe. But it's a lot of shit going on, and then yeah. What's up, Renee? How's it going? Yeah. I was gonna do this last night, but I got home later than this. So it's work. Jeep needs money, you know. I do. It does need money. I got to pay the deductible on a fucking insurance. So, you know, Chili Bean. What's up, Chili Bean? Good to see you. I see somebody else. Anybody else coming in? Oh, over here. Yeah. So. Good night, Mom. Take care. It's good to see you. But those that don't follow Instagram and stuff, I was camping a few weeks ago up in New Hampshire, and there was a windstorm came through and shit in the middle of the night, and fucking big tree branch fell on the roof of the Jeep and the hood and dented it all up, and you know, so I guess at least it wasn't my tent. Although I would have been probably more okay with it being my tent than my Jeep. Oh, hold on one second. So yeah, so the roof's all smashed up and hood and shit, but it'll all get fixed. I got insurance, so you know. I think the only thing that I don't even think I would have gotten hurt, like if it fell onto my tent, like because the tent, you know, the frame and everything, and the tent itself would have like really taken a lot of the force of the fucking shit. It would have just fucking, you know, like I would have like woke up in the middle of the night, like what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then I would have just gone to sleep in my Jeep. But it landed on my Jeep. So anyway, it's all good. Insurance will cover it. I just gotta pay the deductible and stuff. Which, you know, again, if it fell on the tent, I don't have a deductible for my medical insurance, so I wouldn't have had to pay anything if I ended up going to the hospital, whatever, if it fell on the tent. But oh well, you know, shit happens. It was still a good weekend. What's up, Callie? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yeah. But otherwise, you know, everything's, you know, been good. It's just going along. It's hard to do a show, so that's why I haven't done them. It's just me talking to myself, basically. So, oh, maybe I'll find somebody to do one again. But what's up, Lady Marin? All right, let's see here. I got this old show here we'll put on for a little while. Like I said, I'll pop in on the chat, but I gotta go and water the plants and stuff. Get this shit going here. Things live right now. Anything you say, they can hear us. Nobody's watching yet anyway. Flip it open so they can see us in a second. So here we go. We'll enjoy this old show. Me and Jiggy smoking and talking shit about all these dumb fucks out there. You know, classic me and Jiggy. Do I got Aflac? Oh, I don't even know what my medical insurance is. I know my car insurance is Progressive. Oh, it takes a minute for this show to start. I don't want to just fucking. We'll wait to get in. I actually watch old shows like every night, especially the last like week, you know. And I just sit down here and I watch the shows until I pass out. So I'll come back in a few minutes. Let me go and do some watering. What's up, Cool K? Have a good night, Carol. They can see us again. He knows what about to do. What's up, everybody?
Hello. Somebody hear me? I forgot to bring the sound effects and everything. Oh my god, like whatever.
This was your idea, man. What the fuck?
I know. We had to go live. We have an important message that the world must hear, that the world must know. Everybody needs to hear this message. Everybody needs to know. Give us a minute, because I need to get a little weed in me before we have this conversation. It's going to be a fun conversation, trust. But, yeah, it deserves a blunt to be smoked as we discuss this shit. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. How is it the word hog swallow? What is the other one? Hog swallowed or something? What is it?
Hogtied?
No, it's not hog-tied. It's another like hoodwink, bamboozle. I don't know. It could be. I always say hoodwink, bamboozle, but there was another one he uses. I don't know. Anybody know what the other word is? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock, and Plymouth Rock didn't land on us either. Plymouth Rock is a rock. How does a rock land on you unless somebody throws it? So Plymouth Rock landed on you. It's because Bigfoot threw it at you. Okay, just want to clarify that too.
And just remember, you can never be on fire. You can have fire on you, but you can never be on fire.
And why do they really call it a fire truck? It's not like the truck is on fire.
Firefighting truck is too long.
It's no, and it's not even a fire truck.
Nope.
It's a water truck.
Yep. And you could call it a hose truck if you wanted to.
Primarily used to fight fires.
So I don't think call it a firefighting truck.
You just said it's too long. Why is it too long? They have smaller fonts.
I live in Boston.
We have small fonts.
Every
No.
single thing we say is like shortened because we're lazy.
Our names, everything. Your name, Sullivan, you're Sully. Although, you know what's weird, though? I have friends who, like, add shit to your name. Like, my last name's Webb. How do I get called Webster? What's up, Webster? Like, Webster is actually another name. Like, wouldn't you just call me Webb? You call me, like, Mr. Webb or something, but Webster literally is calling me another name. See? But that's what people do around here. That's why I give I mean, I grew up giving everybody nicknames. So people earn nicknames and stuff. We do shorten everything. Were we the first ones to shorten KFC? Did we do that? Did we call it KFC? We may have started that. That'd be some shit that you can see somebody. Hey, where you going?
BK.
BK. Mickey D's.
I wasn't just started here.
I know, I'm just joking. This seems like some asshole shit. Who's here on this Saturday night? It is Saturday, right? It isn't? What is it, Tuesday? You know, I get my days of the week mixed up sometime, okay? Let me turn this shit down so I don't hear myself talk. Hi, folks.
It's my live on YouTube.
It's Saturday. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Merci. You guys waiting for me to talk, huh? You want to hear what we have to say, don't you? We're going to talk about it, trust me. Just getting in the right frame of mind. Are you tired of being lied to? Are you tired of being played like a motherfucking piano? Are you tired of charlatans, snake oil salesmen, fake prophets, fake leaders,
Shills, disinformation agents,
psyops? Aren't you tired of all this shit? I know I fucking am.
controlled opposition.
Yeah. I literally just found out this week what the word doxing means and shit like that. It's like there are seriously people with way too much fucking time on their
Dude,
hands.
when you were saying it, I thought you meant like the dog sound.
No, it's like literally a doxing,
yeah. Then
It's
when you said it
documents
and then that,
releasing
and I'm
and
like,
stuff
oh
like
no,
that.
I got that. It's a hacking thing and everything. But yeah, I was like, doxing. That's like isn't that like some fucking little German hot dog?
Yeah, that's a Dachshund hound. The wiener dogs, they used to call them. Well, we used to call them the wiener dogs. They look like hot dogs. Oh, folks. You know, amongst all this research that we do, I just cannot believe the amount of bullshit that is out there. I really can't. And it's amazing that people...
The amount of research that we do, and all these people are like, well, do your research. How the fuck do you not?
You're not really...
You did your research, but you don't know what I'm talking about yet?
Because again, you know what that research is? It's the shit at the top. It's the shit that's floating at the top that everybody's fucking
or it's
paying
the shit
attention
that they want that only fits what they want to fucking believe. They fucking throw everything else aside.
It fits their narrative. That's the word. Seriously. I just don't understand how this shit has changed so much in such a short period of time. I feel like I'm watching Jim Jones. What David Koresh. I don't remember the leader of the Hell Bop comedy. What his name was. I don't know, folks. Things are changing. I don't know if they're changing for the best. I feel like there's a whole lot of people being bogged down by bullshit. Like just seriously bullshit. We can sit back and watch some of these videos, live streams that some of these people are doing, and they're fucking hilarious. The fact that in one of these fucking things that somebody actually made the comment about critical thinking. Critical thinking has nothing to do with just fucking being a fucking sheeple, just going on. It really doesn't.
Well, I know.
And I think people don't get that. And I think because people have lost those critical thinking tools that, well, not even just that. I just think right now people are willing to believe anything. The gift and the curse of the internet. The gift is, excuse me, unlimited information. The curse being that people aren't even using that unlimited information. Like just skimming the top again. You don't go look at the water and get a view of the ocean by looking at the top of the water. You just don't. If you've never snorkeled, if you've never swam, if you've never scuba dived, I've done all but scuba dive, then you have no idea what's under that water. And we literally don't know what's under some of the water because some of this shit is so fucking deep. We've never really been down there.
And if you only go and fucking find out about the water from a fucking surfer and not from a fucking marine biologist and a fucking oceanographer and all these other things and everything else about, you know what I mean? All the aspects of the ocean, and you're just taking one person's opinion and stuff and you're going with that and you're diving off the deep end and everything like that. You're not assessing the whole entire situation, then you're only fooling yourself.
And listen, we could be 100% wrong. But all I'm telling you is that a lot of the shit that I hear, a lot of the shit that we hear, we see, because we talk about a lot of this shit. Like, you have no idea. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, it just doesn't. It doesn't add up. 1 + 1 does not equal 100. It equals 2. Now, I know they got new math that it probably equals 100, but that's the new bullshit, the new age bullshit, and all this fucking. It's like, where to even begin? Consciousness, the conscious community, the paranormal community, and stuff like that. They've met. They're here now. They're together, and it's like people took the one and the other, and it's like, let's just make a hodgepodge of these two fucking things, and we're gonna start calling it a bunch of random shit and make up a bunch of shit and a bunch of fucking stories, and fucking just go for it. Let's go all in. Fuck it. I watched a live stream earlier with almost 10,000 fucking people. And I had to think that other than myself being in there, that other than a couple other people, there were probably 9,980 something fucking idiots. People actually donating to this shit and everything. Like, what up, Raph? What's good? I don't get it.
They're donating to a charity that you picked. I looked to see if we can do that. We'd have to pick a charity and then donate it to a charity.
It's probably his own fucking charity.
No,
I wonder
there's like a list and shit.
Well, at least the money went to charity. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so that's what, I guess.
Again, maybe what's the charity? Because a lot of these people have a history of fucking making up shit, making up corporations, all kinds of shit to fucking pad their resumes. Who the fuck has to pad a resume in the paranormal? That's what's even funnier. Like, you're literally going to pad your resume for the paranormal and think that people can't find out? What did you say? Oh. Well, that's real life situations. You can deal with it. But just analyzing all this shit and sitting back, and I don't judge just based on, like, I watch as much of this shit. We've watched these people's streams, their YouTubes, and
no, I've been watching, reading, listening to these fucking people for years, and it's the same old bullshit.
Their predictions
never comes true. None of it. Stuff that they say, bullshit.
Every now and then they throw a fucking dart at a dartboard that hits, but most of this shit doesn't even fucking add up. And I just don't get it.
I don't understand what he's saying. He's not happy
though. How's the weather there, Raph? I need you to order some nice sun for the time I'm there. I don't even care if it rains, whatever. I still maneuver. It ain't gonna be snowing. It's not gonna be fucking 2 degrees there, so.
Which ones are which? Which ones are those? Oh, that's what I want.
Apple. Who else is in here chilling with us? Not to say hi. Don't be shy. Not gonna speak. It's Saturday. Come on, folks. I see other people in here. Y'all can say hi. You just monitoring just to see what we're talking about. You can still say hi. Even if you don't like us, say hi. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. Don't really bother me. Light, rain, in and out. Yeah. Rain don't bother me and shit. I'll be good. Smoke some weed and chill. I'll have fun in Cali. All right. And what's everybody doing on this Saturday? We won't just spend the whole time just going in. Raph, you smoke anything good over there? Anybody else smoking? Anybody any psychedelics? What are y'all doing on this Saturday? I don't just want to sit here and bitch. I mean, you just want to listen to me bitch. Well, it's not bitching. It's just reality of this shit. Like, we're just, again, if you call yourself a paranormal investigator, any kind of investigator, investigative journalist, anything, then you should be watching this shit and really paying attention. And trust me, we're paying attention. And I just see a lot of shift, and this shit is becoming cult. It's becoming religious. Like, everybody's selling some crazy fucking pipe dreams or some shit of aliens and beings who are going to come. And listen, I'd love a harmonized world. I'd love us all to be together in harmony and love and peace and everything. That's great. It's not waiting on aliens. It's like I'm not waiting on God or Yahweh or whoever's supposed to be up there, Allah, anybody coming to save me. I just don't think it works that way. I'm not knocking anybody who believes in religion and stuff like that, so please don't get me wrong. Everybody just believe what you believe. That's fine. What I'm saying to you is I don't believe none of that shit. And it's been a long time since I believed that type of shit. And for someone, again, because I've spent so much time in my life when I was younger in religion, in different churches. I went to Catholic school. I sang in a choir, sang in different choirs, shit like that, everything. I was really, really into that stuff. So I know what it looks like. And I know what I see is happening. And that these people are taking consciousness, paranormal, aliens, pseudoscience, because none of it's science, because these people aren't fucking scientists. They're just a bunch of...
And that's the thing with this whole thing. It comes back to what I say. It's like a 70-30 mix. There's 30% of some of this stuff is real, some factual fucking science, health stuff, you know what I mean, metaphysical stuff, some of the stuff, 30%. And then they take 70% bullshit and they try and make it all fucking into this big, huge thing that it's completely not. Like, it's just fucking becoming so ridiculous, and the message is getting completely lost. And it's just making everybody look bad because everybody's just fucking going with the fucking first stupid little thing that they hear and shit. So it makes the actual truth fucking movement and the whole entire consciousness and all this fucking stuff and people trying to actually make a change in the world. All of us look bad, and that whole thing look bad because people are just out there fucking putting out all this nonsense and everybody's fucking believing it and shit. And fucking, it's just like the article I read about these fucking poor, sad, lonely fucking people, QAnon followers and shit like that are legit fucking, they live these sad, pathetic fucking lives. Their families don't talk to them. Their friends don't talk to them. A lot of them lost their jobs and stuff because they're hanging on the fucking word of this fucking QAnonymous thing. And that Trump is going to drain the swamp and save the fucking world by building a wall and all this fucking bullshit.
And Space Force
and
fucking on the evil
all these indictments
and
stuff. And they're hanging on the word of Q, and David fucking will fucking blow my cock. Fucking, it's just so sad, and it's fucking it's fucking annoying, and it's aggravating, and it's just, you know,
and
it's
shit
all
going
these
on
people, and the people
behind
that
the
are
scenes
falling
with these
for it
clowns.
again are the people that are out there preaching, don't trust this, don't trust that, don't believe this. Oh, you gotta research. Well, how come you're not fucking researching that? How come you're trusting this shit? How come you're listening to this shit? How can you believe all this fucking shit? Again, some of the shit we were believing too, but again, as you research, and if you really research it, you start to research a lot of this shit, it's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous shit. I mean, time and time again. I mean, we'll talk about the fucking Corey Good thing. I don't know if people have heard this. Fucking Corey Good's gonna be in some trouble because what he's doing is fucking illegal and stuff too. For one. And then it's just gonna tear down this whole entire little fucking bluebird fucking kingdom is gonna come crashing down now and shit. Fucking
It probably won't. It probably won't.
well,
For
it
some
will because these
will.
people. It will because these people are not gonna want to get in trouble, so they're gonna start talking and everything like that. In this little group, you know that these people aren't gonna want to get in trouble because it's gonna come down to. I mean, when people are making death threats to this fucking doctor and stuff. And these people that he's doxing and everything that now have this, you know, they're giving out their public information, which is illegal. So it's going to come down to the law is going to get involved in everything like that. I think the thing, if you watch the whole entire CW thing, the FBI, all kinds of stuff is already investigating and getting involved with this. So Corey Good's little world is going to come crashing down. And of course, they're going to say, well, it's the government and everything. No, it's because you're doing illegal shit. You're putting people's private information out there onto the fucking web and telling people to go and attack them. That's fucking illegal. Like why would you even do that? You're all peace and love. We gotta raise the vibration of the earth, everybody, so the blue fucking avians come and save us. And then you got your little fucking private fucking minions out there fucking doing all your fucking cult work and shit. Go, oh, these people talk bad about us. Go to fucking do this to them.
Dislike them.
Go do this.
Get their accounts flagged. Put up these meme. What do you call them? Memes?
Put up memes about these people. Make it, oh, yeah, I like that meme. Go with that one. Just make sure everybody get it up there. Get it on all the boards. Put it up everywhere.
LOL.
Destroy these people. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it's just totally, I mean, again, it's destroying the actual message and stuff. Yeah, I believe in peace and love and everything like that. But I don't believe in fucking blue chicken birds, but peace and love, you know, we all need to come together. We can fucking save the planet without blue chicken fucking birds and stuff like that. Again, then he's got a little, you know, 25%, 30% of what he says, you know, we want to eat good. We want to fucking take care of ourselves, take care of each other, take care of the planet and everything like that. Do all this stuff. But all that other bullshit that he's talking about, secret space force, blah, 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 is all just to sell his stuff, his comic books and his thing, all this stuff that he does. So he makes his money just like David Wilcox. They fucking write these books and David Icke and
all these people set up fake corporate. The shit that goes on behind the scenes is what's hilarious.
And literally to fucking make it look like they're legitimate fucking what their stories are, they set up fucking fake corporations, fake fucking accounts, fake all kinds of shit. And you can go back and you can trace this and it's coming out again. What's in that video is not nearly half of what he has on that little fucking memory stick he holds up in his hand and everything. I mean, so it's all going to come out, and you know that these, especially, not to say anything about any females who listen and stuff, but when the females start getting talked to about from the FBI and stuff like that, they're going to sing. They're going to be like, oh my God, Corey does all, Corey this, Corey that, Corey everything. And I'm sure Corey's name's not going to be the only one because Corey Good and David Wilcox are buddy until just recently. I don't.
They're probably still buddy too.
Probably are. Just all stuff bullshit on the scene is just to make it look like, oh, this is, you know, whatever's going on. But it's all going to fall apart. And then Corey's not going to want to get in trouble. So he's going to be like, yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Here's all the evidence to prove it. Look it.
I never got regressed. None of this shit ever happened. I was never in some fucking super secret space
and then they're gonna say, "Oh, this is how they took us down." No, if they really wanted to take you down because everything you were saying was real, they would have just fucking killed you a long time ago. They would have just fucking killed you. That's it. You all these little car accidents that you had when they're trying to. No, you wouldn't have been a little car accident. Your car would have blown the fuck up. You'd be dead. Okay, or went off a cliff. All your little vacations, you off gallivanting around the world on vacations and honeymoons and shit. Your plane would have crashed a long fucking time ago. Okay, or you would have slipped and fallen off a cliff, or you was hiking or doing something.
No, you know why they're not doing anything? Because if they are monitoring that motherfucker, they're probably laughing their asses off about the fact that
that's
nothing
what I'm saying.
It's fucking legit.
The reason why they're not doing anything and why they ain't, because they're the ones that are fucking paying them and giving them this fucking shit to put out there because this is what they want out there. This is the whole agenda that they want out there. They want all this stuff that we talk about at the root of it, the fucking evil people that are controlling shit and trying to destroy this planet and fucking do all the fucked up shit to fucking people that they do. they want us to fucking sound like a bunch of quacks because we're fucking talking about bluebirds coming to fucking save us. Or whatever fucking type of beings are coming to save us. Fucking Anunnakis are coming back and this and that and all this other fucking shit. That
There's 374
not
different kinds of
goddamn
aliens.
shred of fucking evidence anywhere that says any of that shit is fucking real and any of it's gonna happen anytime soon, except for people fucking saying I channeled some fucking thing. I did this and I whatever. I mistranslated a whole bunch of fucking bullshit.
I keep telling you, I'm channeling now.
I know. You got insider information over here.
Yeah. See, Raph? Oh, I'll show you real quick. It's funny because it says it's all beat up now, but that's it says King Louis on it. That's what I was smoking. I was in Cali. So some good shit, man. That's the shit that had me sitting on the fucking porch trying to talk to the aliens. Because this shit was rolled with keef and with oil plus the weed. Wait, you said there's some dude in the 50s that preached on Sundays about UFOs out here in Cali back in the 50s at Giant Rock. And he said the aliens look like Puerto Ricans, huh? Okay. I guess. Dude, there's a million stories. Everybody's, but where's the proof?
And it's all stories because as you do research and you research because you can't just research one aspect of it. You have to research all kinds of different information and different types of sciences and different things out there. Okay, so when you get into the psychology of things and how the mind works and everything like that, and what people do and why people do these things and everything when they don't even realize that they're doing these things. It becomes more and more of, a lot of this is a fucking big, huge psychological operation. The government, all of a sudden, aliens jumped on the scene. The word aliens, UFOs, everything just jumped on the scene shortly, and like in the early 1900s. Okay, and all of a sudden, channeling and all this other stuff and all these things start happening, and it just spreads like a wildfire.
There's a
and
sucker
people
born
are
every
just
minute.
talking. And again, it's the 100 monkey theory too comes into it, where once 100 monkeys learn how to do something, all the monkeys around pretty much know how to do that one thing. And it's the same thing with this. People hear aliens. Oh, there's a thing up in the sky. It might be aliens and stuff. So all of a sudden, people start seeing stuff up in the sky and everything. Of course, as the time's going on, we have planes up in the sky all the time. And back then, people were flying like Zeppelins and shit like that. You know what I mean? Fucking hot air balloons. All this fucking flying stuff is going on. And we're doing all this new technology is happening and everything like that. And all this stuff. So all these crazy stories start to happen. The human imagination, it fucking runs wild. Just think of all the crazy fucking things that you've thought of that you've never even told anybody because you're like, oh, that's just some crazy shit I'm thinking in my fucking head.
And not to mention
Just
some
that.
mad scientist somewhere working on some shit. Just think about it right now. There's a whole lot of people somewhere working on some shit that none of us have a clue about.
Nothing.
They're working on some shit and they've been
Everybody's
doing
like,
that
it's
forever.
reversed alien technology. Well, cool. Show me some proof that that's happening. We can show you proof. We know there's proof and evidence that there's places where there's people doing some top secret shit that nobody's going to find out about until they declassify it from 20 years from now or however many years from now when it fucking finally gets declassified or whatever. So otherwise, there's no actual proof there's fucking aliens that are fucking there and they got alien technology or any of this shit. It's all human fucking ingenuity, human engineering and stuff like that. We're fucking brilliant fucking creatures. Look at all the shit that we have all around us. It's not from aliens. If we had alien technology and shit, I think we'd be doing a lot more than what we're doing. Aliens are coming here. They're coming here with some pretty fucking high-tech shit. Really high-tech shit. And we don't have any of that. We're still trying to figure out how to get to the moon faster.
You're probably still using machine guns.
You know what I mean? How to get to fucking Mars quicker. And we're still using fucking rocket fuel, which ain't getting us anywhere outside of this.
But
fucking
it did
solar
all those
system.
ancient astronauts,
Quick.
though.
Oh yeah, I know.
They all had rockets.
Yeah, exactly. Because fucking that's another thing that people just believe all this shit. Well, cool. Do you know anything about rockets? You know how rockets work and propulsion, jet propulsion, and any of that stuff at all?
Yeah, we shoot stuff into space.
Astrophysics and everything and how it works when you're up in space and shit like that. Well, yeah, because we barely the people that fucking the scientists and stuff that do that, they're fucking still scratching the surface of that shit. They're lucky that we can fly around fucking here outside of fucking Earth and the moon and going to Mars and stuff and getting around in our solar system and talking about traversing fucking different galaxies and different solar systems and shit. That I know technically the Anunnaki is supposed to be in our solar system somewhere.
But what if
whatever.
they're interdimensional?
But
beings?
just imagine how long. Yeah, it would take them fucking if they had 36,000 fucking years for them to fucking fly on a rocket to wherever the fuck they are.
They're using Stargates. Hello, you know Damon T. Berry, and I hope y'all did your homework. And anybody who watched or listened Thursday, we were talking about Damon T. Berry. If you need a good laugh, he explains the Stargates, dude. So they're just using Stargates. It doesn't take all that time. If you just have a Stargate, no matter what kind of engine you're using, you can really just go through and be like, cool, I'm right there.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So show me the Stargates. Show me where they are. Show me the proof of them. Because all the ones in the
You
pictures,
saw the movies.
Yeah, he didn't show where any actual Stargates are, and any Stargates doing anything. And the ones that he did show were from fucking that stupid Stargate show on TV.
SG-1.
So
Help me.
all the pictures of the Stargates on fucking there's a Stargate in this cave here and everything. It's all fucking fake. They're all fake. The picture of that fucking thing with the big round circle in the cave they found in the cave, and it's supposed to be a Stargate and everything like that. It's not really that. There's the whole picture without that Stargate there. That Stargate is a picture. I forgot what it is. Some other kind of artifact thing that they fucking photoshopped in for another one of those things like they do with the giants and stuff. There's fucking this thing out there. Then they have these people. They do these contests to create these wild, crazy fucking ideas, and every now and then it's like some fucking weird, fucking obscure, paranormal fucking shit like that. You know what I mean?
The teleporters on the mothership.
Do some crazy archaeological dig shit. Okay, cool. And everybody fucking did like human giants and stuff. Like was one of them and stuff. Like
Yeah, I got a
but
good
then they
friend
also
who's
do
an
like,
archaeologist.
okay,
He's
let's
been all
do
over the
something
world.
with fucking flowers and stuff. It's just people who do crazy fucking take like they take photos and do. It's like a Photoshop fucking contest. It's a real thing.
Let's put a dog face on
It's
this.
not a cover to fucking cover up the fact that there's really giants out there. Like it's a real thing. Like they show this is the actual picture. Here's some other pictures from that archaeological dig and stuff like that. And here's how we did it. We took this thing right here, this picture here. We did this. It's all part of the contest. And we people get fooled. Some of the stuff looks really good. Photoshopping's getting really good, but again, when it comes down to it and you really start to look at these pictures, you're like, oh, wait a minute, the shadow of the giant is completely different than the shadow of the people here. And the shovel, why is the shovel? Where is the rest of the shovel? The shovel's missing, the guy's legs missing, and that stuff. You can photo chopped out and everything, and it's just you could just tell that they're Photoshop pictures. It's with a lot of that stuff, all these stories. Like I said,
Most of them are just clickbait at this point. They're just money making schemes, and other people come along and take that stuff and put stories behind them and backstories and create
exactly, and they run
some
with it.
great
And that's all it
mysteries
is.
and science fiction fucking stuff. And all of a
people
sudden,
to fucking
it's
believe the
law.
narrative and the story and everything like that. That's what it is.
And here we are, motherfuckers.
All these people want to sit there and believe that they got that CIA and stuff got people on fucking on Facebooks and Instagrams and doing stuff like that, trying to do it. Well, who's to say that they don't have people out there fucking saying, oh, look at this fucking shit right here. Well, let's run with it. We'll say this is fucking evidence of the fucking Nephilims. Here's giant pictures we found on the internet. And they're out there creating all this fucking shit. That's fucking a hell of a lot plausible than there's actually fucking giants in fucking Earth. We know there's big people and stuff. There's evidence there was some big people back in the day and stuff like that. But an entire race of fucking people and stuff like that were giant. Well, actually, we know that at one point people were bigger and stuff in stature. Shrinking over time depends on what's going on and shit like that. So, but of the stature, 36 feet fucking tall and stuff. I forgot what they call.
Hello, Goliath was in the Bible.
But it wasn't. But there's an actual mathematical thing and stuff. Like as you get bigger and stuff, like your mass like quadruples and quadruples and quadruple faster, and the bone structures can't handle it. That's why these big dinosaurs were the way the shapes that they were and stuff like that, because so it could handle the weight of something
people
being that big and everything.
Some of the taller people, their bodies can't even handle
bone
their weight.
structure. Exactly, that's what happens to people when they get that big. They start to fucking Andre the Giant and all the big tall dudes in the Guinness Book. The Guinness Book World Records people. They start to get that big and their bodies can't handle just the weight of their head is crushing down on their bones. Yeah, they got these big bones, but they're big human bones that weren't designed to handle all that and grow that way. We would have to have different bones, different tendons and stuff, a whole entire different bone structure and body structure to be 36 feet tall and everything like that. But no, we have all these skeletons and this proof that, you know, it's all made up shit. It's all bullshit to fucking fit the narrative. And when you actually, like I said, when you look at the story of the Nephilim in the Bible and everything, like, what's the other one there?
Elohim.
Yeah, the Elohim, the Nephilim, and stuff like that. They're talking about angels, mythical, fictional beings and stuff like that. Because if you take those little sections where they say, "Oh, look, this is talking about aliens," and you put it and you read that whole entire thing, but the majority of these people who are so anti-Bible, I don't know, we're no religion, and God, they're not going to go and read the actual Bible verses and read the whole entire section of the Bible and understand what that actual shit of the Bible is talking about in that time. And when you read those passages with the rest of the passages that they go with, the alien story doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense at all to the rest of this. Doesn't add up when you're reading along, blah 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 blah, and then you interpret that stuff as alien. You're like, wait a second, how come? And then we go to here, and then it jumps back over to here. And what? I know the Bible's a book of codes, and it's all allegory and stuff like that, but that's just totally, the story just doesn't fit. It's like somebody took a puzzle piece and they just like, or they tried to take that and make it into a puzzle piece to fit another story, and it doesn't fit. No matter what you do and how you try and explain it and stuff, and you try and understand that, but people don't want to study the Bible because of religion and everything like that is so wrong. And these scholars and these people who went to school and stuff, they don't know what they're talking about because school is so bad. But then they'll cherry pick articles.
And it's all a lie.
Everything's
a lie.
They'll take stuff, you know, like scientific articles or other articles about, you know, archaeological things and stuff like that from other people and stuff from other people who went to school and learned things and stuff like that, and say, look, this is my information here. Believe me now, these people are scholars. These people went to big top schools and everything, and they're talking about stuff like this. Well, yeah, they are. And then remember, these people went to school, like you said, and everything. And but you're not understanding completely what they're talking about. You're just trying to make that fit what you want it to believe to be. Why don't you go and learn and understand and study what they're actually talking about instead of just trying to make it fit your puzzle over here?
Wow.
Because your puzzle isn't fitting together.
Wow.
No matter how many times you cut those pieces.
Hallelujah. I'm telling you.
So
we were just some slick ass preachers. We would just sit here and try to tell you some bullshit. I'm just tired of bullshit.
Yeah, I'd have fucking come donate to this and donate to that and buy my shit and do this and do that. And then you want to know the secrets?
We'd have 10,000 people on our stream right now and shit.
I'd be doing all
donating.
This stuff, but that's not what I'm doing. It's, you know.
It's real investigating.
I understand these people, they got to eat, they got to feed their families and stuff, but you don't have to deceive people to do that shit. Just be like, yeah, I'm a sci-fi.
But the peace and love stuff, like, that's cool. Why do you have to go off with all this other crazy shit? This crazy fucking backstory. If you want to be a
sci-fi writer and write some science fiction fucking novels about some people meeting some fucking chickens.
You know what HBO does every year? HBO, a lot of these fucking, they actually hire just
people who want it. That's what I mean. They have
you're a writer,
these
submit something. SNL does it. All these fucking things. Most of these major people, they
don't
do it.
See people. This is what I'm doing. But no, they're out there. We got to sell more books. Let's make it.
I love a good alien movie. You can make a movie, an alien movie. I'll go watch that shit. But don't try to sell me that shit as fucking fact. That's it. And then tie in all this other bullshit, and then Q, Anonymous, and all these things. They don't trust anybody. Don't trust the government. But trust this government right now. Trust these people right now because my insider. It's always some fucking insider, the smoking gun. You know, it's always somebody.
Q is the insider.
Yeah. Q Anonymous.
I'm on the inside. I'm
on the inside. I'm telling you the truth.
I know what I'm doing.
He may look stupid to the rest of y'all, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He's just looking stupid for the evil cabal. Because evil cabal. The ones that are on Mars, the ones that are on Moon, the ones that control space. He's going to create the Space Force. That's why he keeps talking about Space Force. Because Space Force is going to go out there and we're going to be the best in the universe and destroy everybody. The fuck out of here. It makes no fucking sense. Some motherfucking random. Even Anonymous themselves, like you hear all this stuff about these Anonymous. They don't do shit. What are they doing that's beneficial? Oh, that's right. They released the shit for, what was that fucking dating website? They released the information from some fucking dating
Well, no,
website.
Anonymous does do some things. It's just not things that, and of course, it doesn't make it into the news. But Anonymous has done some things, but they're not really a big thing. I think they're
a psyop too.
another cover thing. They do, like I said, they do small things and stuff, but they're not out there predicting stuff. And they do go after trying do child pedophile rings and do expose stuff. They do expose a lot of bad that's going on in the world and stuff like that. But I'm not 100% into everything that they're doing, and everything that they do is for, you know, good reasons and stuff behind that. You know what I mean? It's a large group of anonymous people and stuff. They're not all going to be the same on the same agenda and the same thing. I think that some, you know what I mean? So I think some of them, again, they got a good intentions. They're doing it or whatever. But again, it's a large group of anonymous people. So.
Who knows? I just ain't buying the bread. I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I ain't doing it. I'm not stupid.
No, it's. I mean, I can admit it. I fell for a lot of this shit for a while. For a lot of it.
Oh, don't even say you fell for it. We've always talked about it.
Always said it. Okay, we always said it was plausible. I put it at the highly plausible. Now I'm knocking a lot of it down to
bullshit.
To fucking
bullshit.
Highly unlikely.
To bullshit. No,
and not likely at all. Because some stuff may still possibly be likely. There's still a chance that some of it may still be likely. There may still be fucking some secret type of a space force, but it's not anything that fucking these fucking idiots are talking about or whatever. You know what I mean? They do have some advanced technologies that we don't know about and stuff, and it could be. That's why I'm saying what I say about when we're talking about this. Okay, there's this talk of the secret space force now, or a space force. They're gonna have to have some planes and some stuff like that. They're not just gonna, you know what I mean? You know how long it takes to develop that stuff. So they obviously have some stuff in development that they can.
He went and they took that motherfucker somewhere, and they were like, "Look what we got." He was like, "Cool, be prepared to use it. We're gonna start using."
That's what I'm saying. So they again, that's just the government doing all the secret shit. All those UFOs that people say are aliens and shit. No, that's just these governments working on these fucking Space Force planes and stuff like that because they need to. All these other countries now have the capability. A lot of countries can go into space, so they're worried about them going up there doing stuff and warfare, whatever. Which again, I'm not all for fucking this whole defense and all this secret stuff because I think it ties into the people trying to control everything and all that. You know that you can't fucking fight for peace. I don't give a fuck what they say. So, but then I do from that aspect and that mind frame of those people, because you have to look at it from every fucking which way. And from that, people are scared, and you know, whatever wars, whatever, these countries can come and do things, and we can go and do things to them. No, that's usually why they want to come and do stuff anyway. But that's a whole other issue and stuff. Again, that's all that comes down to. But the evidence that we do have, there is a group of fucking evil people on this planet doing evil shit every fucking day to keep us enslaved and stuff like that. It's not fucking aliens. It's not fucking some other fucking demons and fucking beings and evil beings and satanic shit or whatever. Maybe some people that fucking might think about satanic shit and stuff. But again, if you actually study satanic Satan and satanic stuff and everything like that, it's not what most people have fucking been taught to
most of the demons,
like
most of the vampires, most of all that paranormal shit that they talk about are people. They walk amongst us every day. They're doing that shit. They're sucking your energy. They're doing negativity and stuff.
You know what I mean? Like I said, if you understand Luciferian, the light, it's you know what I mean? We all talking about love and light and everything all the time and stuff. Luciferian and stuff like that is, again, it's a part of the Bible, religion and stuff. It's all twisted around from old pagan stuff. They if you really read into it, I forgot what the guy's name was and stuff. There was an actual guy named that and everything. He was against the whole entire religion, new religion coming into Christianity and stuff, and they made him out to be Lucifer, Satan, and all this stuff. He was an actual person and everything, and they just, it's a whole thing. I forgot. Oh man, I wish I had the info, but it'd be a crazy show. I'd have to go and find all the info and stuff on it again and stuff. But there's a lot of evidence and actually stuff to tie into to prove and stuff like this written, because the Catholic Church likes to write a lot of stuff down. I mean, people like to write shit down. But there's at that time when the religion, they're trying to push out all the heathens and the pagans and all that stuff, and the people that were just worshiping nature and things like that. They made them to be. They turned them into saints,
which is what they were always doing before they organized religion,
and everything like that. Exactly.
The Crusades are still being fought.
Exactly. And it's just all twisted and shit from, you know what I mean? What's wrong with worshiping nature? Shit that's real. We know that it's there. It's we understand it and stuff. You know what I mean? They just, called it, the sun was God, the moon is a god, the rain is God. These things because they give us life. Hello, makes more sense than some fucking guy in the cloud or whatever the fuck it is.
Shit, it makes more sense
Blue
than
chicken
kings.
birds, blue chicken
Any of that
birds,
shit.
and kings,
Royal
and
bloodlines, all that
royal
fucking
bloodlines, and all that
bullshit.
stuff. People just living. That's what people were doing. They were living
Our
together.
bloodlines,
Whatever.
we're
People, they didn't
royalty,
really-
we're
people,
special.
it was a whole
We're
different
better than
thing.
you.
And people just started, whatever reason, the egos got bigger and bigger, and that egos that don't even exist. Fucking, it's just
Hey, look,
power and.
I'm an alien. Watch this. Watch what I can do with my eyes, okay? I'll make my other aliens with.
Wow, dude, totally fucking aliens everywhere.
I've done that before. Like, how you roll your eyes, whatever, fuck around, and people are like, oh, your eyes just changed. Okay. See, we're disinformation agents. We're actually really aliens.
I know. I can't wait for people to start saying that, like they started to do with Joe Rogan, because like Joe Rogan, a lot of his standpoints have changed. His points have changed. His positions on some of these things have changed because over the years he's done more research. He's talked to more people and stuff like that, and understood these things
But
from
literally
all
at a
different
show,
aspects, all
investigating
different aspects. Literally, that's what a show is every day. He talks.
No,
to
he
different-
had that Joe Rogan whatever it was called. A
Oh
show
yeah,
where
he had that show. He
Literally.
had that show, and he did that too, and everything. But he was investigating from that point of view. But his show overall is investigating these things from different points. Every single day, every episode is a lot of this stuff ties into this stuff. And when you start to talk to people that actually know what they're talking about these science things that people take and they twist it around and say, "Oh, this is proves that this is real" and everything like that. Well, no, that's not what this is saying at all. It's going to take a long time before what you're actually talking about is actually plausible and fucking actually happening in the real world and stuff. They just made a little breakthrough. They're saying that this stuff is plausible now and it could happen, but it doesn't mean that it's real and it's happening at this very moment or anything like that. Maybe somewhere else in the fucking universe, some other advanced fucking beings that aren't here right now are doing it, but and people just, they don't understand the science that these people are talking about. They don't want to take the time to even learn about it and fucking scratch the surface about fucking physics. So like all these people are talking about physics and fucking all this stuff, astrophysics and all these things and computer sciences and stuff. And they don't have any clue about these fucking things at all. Again, and they're talking about all this stuff. Yet then they'll sit there and be like, school's bad. School's all these people, they're bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit.
But I've got a degree.
But you just used all that science that these people are talking about that from what they learned in school as your evidence. So that's what I mean. I don't agree. Like, I agree. School is bullshit. Okay. The way that the people are taught and the way things are done is bullshit for the most part. But what they're teaching, and some of the stuff is teaching, like especially history. A lot of history is bullshit because it's written by the victor. So you can't go by that history 100% as it's accurate and stuff. Some of it may be accurate. Yes, that we fought a battle and stuff. We kicked their ass and it was because of this reason. Okay, cool. Yeah, we know you fought a battle, you kicked their ass, but was it really because of this reason? There's some disputes with a lot of that. And when you go back and you look at it, you can figure out, okay, that wasn't the complete reason why. That's the reason why you told some people you were doing it, but you know what I'm saying? But we have the same thing going on with wars and shit like that nowadays. It's the same thing. It keeps going on. That's why I'm saying we got to stop fighting. So it's just, they just keep going. And it's just, it's a never ending fucking thing. And it's got to stop. It just has to fucking stop. I don't know.
And these fucking idiots need to stop.
They do.
They really do.
Stop making up this shit, I mean, if you're going to talk about this stuff, at least fucking start to try and learn it and understand what you're fucking talking about, and just don't, again, it's just cherry picking. They hear something, they see something in some science articles and stuff, and they're like, boom, but I
They're
thought
probably not
school's
even
bad,
doing that.
school's all that.
But these,
Again,
a lot of
school
these
isn't
people aren't
bad.
even
Science
doing that.
is a real thing. That science they can replicate. If you can replicate the stuff and you can do this with these experiments, it's real.
It's all fake. It's smoke and mirrors. It's magic.
Unless you can prove otherwise, it's real. And I don't see these people that are talking this stuff out there doing science experiments. Well, I mean, flat earthers, but those are fucking.
Those aren't. Most of them aren't even science experiments.
Hilarious fucking shit to watch. I mean, you can some of them. I wouldn't call them experiment. There's some kind of experiments. There's something. whatever they're doing. But those are the only people out there that are actually, putting their money where the mouth is with some of this stuff and actually know what they're fucking talking about and do, these people, you just want to listen to them. And some of these people touting some of this stuff as cures and all this stuff, and where's your evidence? Snake oil. Where's your evidence behind it? Yeah, I like what I like a lot of them. Like some of these people that sell some of the stuff, they're like, yeah, you got to take these things with my special herbal blends and stuff like that, and eat healthy while you're doing it, and it will work. Well, if you don't just take their special herbal blends and you just eat healthy, guess what? It will work. So the eating healthy part of all that shit is good and stuff, and a lot of these herbs and everything, they're good for you too and everything, but you don't, you know what I mean? It's just like bullshit. And then some of these people that are always out there like, oh, they're hiding these cures for these things and cures for that and stuff. Well, we have access to this stuff that you say is cure, so where's some of these people that that have cured themselves with that stuff?
But you also can't be so concerned with the cure when you're taking the fucking disease itself.
And when you're taking stuff that's causing the diseases and everything too, so they're not revealing the whole picture on all these things and everything like that. Yeah, a lot of this stuff can cure stuff. I'm a perfect example. By changing my diet, eating healthy, I did do some like supplemental things. I ate extra, I would take capsules of like ginger and turmeric and other fucking herbal capsules and stuff on top of it because I was really sick and stuff. So I needed to get more than from what just I was eating into my body and stuff to help. So there's evidence behind doing all that stuff that you can do that. But some of these other fucking far-fetched things and stuff, well, if that's what was the real case, then why aren't you just out there healing people with cancer?
They have pen cameras. They have those shit.
Oh, yeah, they have that shit. They have all kinds of shit. Why aren't these people fucking healing these diseases and stuff and actually showing evidence of people being healed of this stuff? Yeah, some people do, some people selling cleanses and detoxes and stuff. Yeah, that stuff will do it. You'll feel better and stuff. But I'm talking about the real fucking diseases like me. I can tell you physical, I could show you documentation and shit that I fucking healed myself, basically. I used medication at first to get myself back so I wasn't fucking dying and shit. But after that point, when I was like, I don't need this medication. The doctor's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, okay. Sure I do. And I took myself off it pretty much. Just like that. And I kept telling them I was on it, and they're like, "Well, yeah, you could start, A year later, like, yeah, you could start to maybe try and take yourself off it." And then I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And then I just didn't want to go to the doctors anymore. I'm like, I'm not even taking my medication anymore. Is there any reason why I got to keep on coming here? I was like, look, at my stuff is cool. They're like, yeah, I guess you just keep seeing your regular physician if you feel the need to. And I'm like, all right, cool, thanks. There's a money-making scheme in the health industry and stuff like that. So there is that aspect to it and everything. Like, there's not, there is some, again, there's some truth to this, but then there's a lot of bullshit to a lot of it too. Again, if fucking some of these cancer cures could cure these people of cancer, well, how come these people that are talking about saying that these fucking people, how come you're not curing these people with cancer? How come you're not showing these people with cancer using this stuff and curing themselves like people do with weed? That's one thing we know. People with fucking have cancer and stuff, it will cure cancer. It will help to cure cancer and stuff like that, or help the effects of other fucking stuff that people are curing cancer, depending on the types of cancer.
And we're not talking about chief in it either.
Weed's not gonna fucking it's not talking about just smoking it to cure cancer. You're gonna smoke weed to cure cancer.
Nope.
It's not the way you're gonna cure cancer. And it's not going to cure every cancer. There's some cancers out there that I don't think weed's ever going to fucking cure, no matter how you fucking doing it and stuff, because cancer is just one nasty shit. These people just around so much shit that is just in their body and it ain't come out. There's a lot of bad shit in this world. That's what we need to work on is getting rid of all that bad shit. All those people's like, yeah,
no, it's supposed to wait for the aliens to come and do that.
Nobody's talking about let's get rid of all this other stuff. They talk about some things, some stuff that's fucking bullshit. Well, you talk about,
there's probably no cancer on Mars.
Yeah, let's go to Mars.
And they'll bring the cancer with them.
All these people is like, oh, this 4Gs and 5Gs and Wi-Fi's is all bad. Well, cool. How did you just post that and fucking tell me about it? Huh?
Well, no, I only turn it off for like an hour a day to do my work, but then the rest of the day everything's off.
Cool.
Man.
So you're doing
sitting on the field.
You're doing all the rest of your research at the library where they got Wi-Fi and fucking all that shit?
Nah, man, I got books on top of books on top of books. I go to everywhere to get books.
I agree. It is not all good for us and everything like that and stuff, but I don't think they're even 100. All of it is fucking. A lot of it is fucking bullshit too. You know what I mean? But it does play. It does have some effects. But again, there's not enough scientific evidence and stuff because we haven't been doing it for long. That's why a lot of this stuff kicks us in the ass later on because we just like, yeah, it can be done. So let's do it right now.
Where'd the music come from?
I don't know. Why the fuck is there music just randomly playing on my
It's a
thing?
ghost, see? More plausible. The ghost decided playing music. What song was it?
That was Cruise. I don't even know how because there's no Cruise on here. I don't know. I don't know what I was saying.
Ooh. Yo, it's the evil cabal, man. See, because we're talking about them. Now they're here playing stuff. We've been flagged. DW's people messing with our stuff.
See all the funny shit about these people. They're like, yeah, these evil cabal, fucking Satan worshiping, fucking child eating people. They rule the world. They do all this stuff. They did all this stuff, but yet you were allowed to do all the stuff that you do. And Trump got into office to stop them. And the secret space force, you guys know everything about it, and you are in control of it now. And it's all that. So. So why don't you just land some fucking secret space force fucking rockets on the White House lawn then, since Trump is in on it and everything, and it'd be cool, right?
Get it popping.
Not gonna happen.
No, it's not them anyways. It's the blue. The ultimate goal is that the aliens are going to come down, the chickens, and they're going to come down, and there's going to be peace and harmony. Oh, wait, that was supposed to happen in 99, right? 2000? Oh, they're a little late, though. They're probably off by 20 years. That's what it is. It's going to be 2020. Next year is when all
Well,
this
if
is
it's a David Wilcox prediction, he's fucking off every time. They're fucking all off. And his prediction.
That dude couldn't predict his fucking birthday.
He had a prediction in 2012, and it's the same prediction that everybody else fucking made for 2012 and shit. But it's his prediction. And the other things, yes. In 2012, the Mayan calendar ended for that time period, and the new time period began. That's it. Evidence of anything else happening like they're saying and stuff like that? Nope, I don't see it. Evidence, here's some evidence that we can say that people are awake. I can't say waking up because we're all awake. I'm awake right now. You're awake right now. People listening are awake and stuff now. People are more aware of what's going on and what that things need to change and stuff like that. And unfortunately, when they become aware of that stuff, they start to buy in a whole bunch of other bullshit along the way and stuff like that, and they become lost again.
Religion.
And unaware, because it's again, yeah, it's like it's starting to turn into a religion and
It's a
stuff.
cult. Religion's and cult. It's both.
The more and more that we've been doing and listening and into this stuff, it's a lot of these people. It's becoming like a fucking cult.
Like there's literally a dude out here who's what
Like
the
a
fuck is that
religion.
word?
People,
Who
they
said
worship
that
these
he?
people and they
Remember, he said God's jealous. He meant God, and God is jealous of him. That's all. What does he call himself? Oh, I guess this word. The word that he used is so funny. that-
Humanja.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it. The word is so fucking funny that I literally looked it up and Googled it, and the word has not one fucking hit anywhere on Google. Now he did say that this is the language spoken by the gods or whatever, or the angels and God and
Of
angels.
course,
Whatever.
nobody knows about
Right.
that language, so how can we prove anything? Because nobody knows this language that he learned from God himself, and then he made God jealous because God taught him everything that he knew. Plus, more, he knew more than God at that point. I mean, this is just the ridiculous shit that some of these people put. Well, fucking Damon T. Barry's this fucking idiot's name. Go watch
He
his
died.
fucking shit. Go watch his fucking past
For months.
podcast. It's just fucking. It's just absolutely ridiculous the shit that these people try to fucking say to sell fucking bullshit. It's just selling bullshit. Like blah 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 blah. Buy my book to find out the rest, or come and see me on this thing. It's only $200, and oh yeah, subscribe to this thing here, and you can watch my shit.
But you gotta wait till my book comes out, because once my book comes out, it will reveal everything. But then part one didn't reveal everything, so you gotta wait to part two, so then you can really get everything.
But wait, no, there's a part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5, and I'm gonna keep on doing this until people stop fucking buying my bullshit.
Uh-oh. If you Google Hiwumanja, 2 things come up.
Damon T. Barry.
And doping, what's this? Jackie, I don't know what the fuck that means. But yeah, he finally has it. Finally has a hit.
It has a hit. That's it.
Yes. Let's see images. Yeah, folks. If you need a good laugh, please go listen to him. And we he had 8 series, and these things were how long? Each hour long.
Hour to 2 hours long.
We watched all of them. And again, in there, I'm gonna say 7. No, I'm gonna say more. 90 and 10 with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Of 10% of probably some cool stuff, even stuff that we hadn't heard before, and it's possibly out there, but some things.
Some cool stuff. Some
and then all of a sudden he comes out lately,
evidence and stuff like that, and then
with a whole backstory.
Finds out it's
that he prefaced it by saying that he was locked in a loony bin, that they actually locked him up and stuff because he told his family his story about dying, and for 4 months he was dead. They murdered me. I was murdered. Help me.
Murdered by the angels. And people are loving it. They're like, we love you, Damon. We'll help you. We'll do whatever. Just like they do. They should have seen the thing on the stream. Here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I was gonna try and bring it up so we can see and fucking watch the comments and listen.
Oh, the comments are hilarious.
The fucking people, fucking. I mean, they weren't all fucking loving this fucking the dude, but it's just fucking hilarious. And these people are like, we believe you all, and then they're trying to fight back and talk to the people that are actually talking facts and shit. And
you don't know what you're talking about. You're just haters. You're just information agents. You're psyop. You probably work for Corey Good, or you work for the opposition. You're the bad people that he talks about.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Or you're libtards, or you're Democrats, and you'll see when they start doing the roundup. Oh wait, and just so y'all know, there's already a super secret tribunal going on a ship. It's a ship. They haul these people on ships, yo, prison ships. They're already hauling people away. Low-level people though, because they're going to start at the bottom and work their way to the top. It is the never-ending fucking story. There's no dates. There's no time.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Where they get their numbers from, again, people just run with this 70,000 indictment thing. They don't understand how indictments and where that final number is coming from and what all those indictments are. Go and fucking read about breakdown. Ask a fucking lawyer about fucking indictments and stuff like that. Spend some time learning about that whole entire report that they're putting out and what type of indictments those are and what how many of those indictments actually end up in front of a fucking judge and stuff like that. And none of those 70,000 indictments are for military tribunals, because military tribunal indictments don't fucking show up on fucking indictment things for fucking regular fucking courthouse things like that. Secret,
but he's got papers.
70,000 of them would not be out there on public fucking records for secret military tribunals, and they can't have secret military tribunals or military tribunals unless you are a part of the military.
Yeah, you're not
the United States military. They're talking about people of fucking foreign people, and all these people are fucking having military fucking tribunals and stuff like that. They don't understand what a military tribunal is. They don't know anything about it.
They're being charged with treason. It's making up some cool, elaborate stories.
Just a fucking cool story. It sounds really fucking cool, really awesome on the fucking front. Fucking.
What's up, Charles? Peace and love, brother. Trip team family. And maybe I wonder if motherfuckers like David Wilcox and them, because so many people in the conscious, like a lot of those things, they do psychedelics. But I wonder if those dudes have ever really done psychedelics.
I know David Wilcox has done some stuff like that.
He's done the wrong shit then.
No, no, it's not. It's not the wrong shit. It's just he's so fucking deeply fucking embedded these people. Again, how?
But his ego, he's still got that stupid ego.
Exactly. He hasn't done enough and hasn't done whatever, and he just still thinks that blah 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 whatever.
I just don't understand how you get a man who, if you do any research on this man, if
I
you
did
get
all
with
them
bullshit,
psychedelics when I was younger, and I still did a whole bunch of bullshit and stupid shit afterwards and everything like that. You have to just have that point, you know what I mean? And he hasn't and stuff. And if you don't, you know, he probably is fucking resistant. He probably hasn't let go or whatever, and it was probably a horrible experience. He's like, I'm never doing that again, guys.
I saw myself. It was ugly.
He was like, I saw everything. It was so beautiful.
Up everywhere.
It's all real, everybody. Yeah. And then he went home and he cried. Like, oh my God, I'm fucking a terrible person.
He's doing the shower scene from Ace Ventura and shit. I gotta wipe myself off of me.
Yeah, the problem is that these people peddle fucking bullshit as truth.
But this is even with these people, right? And we don't just mean to pick on, but there's just certain people who are so prevalent
they're
that
so prevalent. They're out there, and
they're pushing so much
hang on to the
bullshit.
fucking bullshit.
But just
every day,
research these
everybody.
people. Don't research right now, because this man, a lot of these people have been around since like the '90s, pushing and peddling this
And
shit.
you really got to, like I said, when it comes to research, you have to research it from every angle. You can't just type in David Wilcox or David Icke or fucking Eric Von Sitchin or fucking whatever.
Eric Von Donigan,
Yeah.
Eric Von Sitchin.
That's right.
Pretty fucking much though.
Oh, fucking mixing their names together now. Because it's all they're all again. That's the other thing too. When you put all their fucking stories next to each other and shit, and a lot of these guys don't like each other and they don't fucking believe each other's
Right.
shit and stuff. When you put their stories next to each other and what they're saying, it's all just the same story, and they just flip some shit around and change some shit around and fucking use some fucking general fucking overall knowledge that's known to everybody and stuff like that, and put it into their fucking story. and try and make it
Regurgitate
fucking
bullshit
real.
over and
It's
over
just
again.
the same stories that have been fucking turned out since this stuff began again in the early 1900s. Like the 1900s, 1920s,
Which means they were plotting that shit in the 1800s.
1930s, especially when H.P. Lovecraft and stuff started with on his stuff, and all these fucking little sci-fi little magazines started fucking popping up everywhere and everything.
Even
People
think about the
started putting all
circus.
these
Even think
things.
about P.T. Barnum and people like that, like what they were doing and stuff. Like it's what do you say? It's a sucker. He didn't coin the phrase, but a sucker's born every minute.
Yeah.
And what did they say that what's his name? Apple CEO, the dude. What was the guy's name that died? But he said there's a sheep born every fucking second. I don't know if that's legit that he said that, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is now. You know, it's all out there. You just have to research past the fluff,
and you have
all
to
the
know
new
exactly. Because if you just type in, let's just say ancient astronaut stuff, it's gonna come up with a whole bunch of all the stuff that most of y'all probably know and have heard and everything like that. That people fucking hang on and actually fucking do it. But if you actually research that stuff and really, really research that stuff and where those things are coming from, where these texts are coming from, where these tablets are coming from, research. Okay, let's say it's Anunnaki stuff or Sumerian and everything. Research cuneiform and everything like that. And know all the different aspects and know what's known about these cultures and stuff like that. That whole story of all these ancient astronauts and Anunnakis and fucking giants and everything, again, it doesn't fit into the fucking what's known about these people, actual known about these people. And then, of course, everybody's like, oh, no, that's just because they're trying to hide the truth. They're trying to hide the truth. That's a really big, huge, fucking elaborate fucking shit to fucking come up with off of this whole thing. All these other tablets are all fake and bullshit and stuff, but this one little section of your tablet over here is fucking the truth. But when you take those words and you put those words into and use them in the right, correct way, where they are on these other tablets, where it's used in the correct way, it's all bullshit. It just comes down to it's just all people try and find things that sound like it's going to fit their thing, and it doesn't fit their thing. Again, like we're talking about the rockets earlier and rocket ships. These people fucking coming all over the universe and shit here on rocket ships, and people are leaving the fucking planet on rocket ships and stuff.
See through rocket ships and that. Like they must have had Wonder Woman's jet and shit.
The guy's wearing a fucking. He's literally wearing what they fucking wore back then is a leaf fucking little fucking thing covering his fucking schlong there. And he's fucking, dude's fucking junk's covered up, and he's wearing a leaf, and he's fucking going off into space.
But again, too,
And they say, oh no, he's got a thing in his nose. He's got a little fucking tube going in his nose so he can breathe. Oh yeah, what about the rest of the fucking problems with going into outer space, like the pressures and everything like that?
Yeah, but even if they did somehow manage to build some kind of a rocket, right? Whoever gets to tell the story gets to tell however they wanted. That motherfucker could have shot up into space just like that dude in fucking Vegas, wherever it came right back, not even made up into space.
Yeah, he
and
could.
boom.
But again, once you understand the culture,
Right.
what that all means, that there's
It
actually
doesn't mean what
vines and
people
there's
are.
serpents and
Right.
things like that, and that was him passing into the afterlife. That's why it's there on his tomb and everything where they found him, and when you know the
It's
culture
fake news.
and what all the other stuff is written on the walls and stuff, again, people just mistake it. Okay, like the thing, people are like, oh, but what about the helicopters and the fucking planes and the tanks on the walls and hieroglyphics? Okay, so let's think about this. The Egyptians wrote shit down all over the place all the time, so they just decided this one little corner, little way up high in the temple, they decided let's fucking put this stuff right here, and we won't talk about it again anywhere else, and again at all about anything. And when you actually read everything else that's up there with that, the whole story, that story doesn't make sense. It's like, why were these hieroglyphs like that? But when you actually go and you study hieroglyphs and people who study hieroglyphs, because a lot's known about that. Again, I won't go and buy into the whole theory of Egypt is fucking 3,000 years old, whatever they say it is and all that stuff. There's a lot of evidence and stuff, actual evidence to show that it's older than that. And there's evidence that people have known and been here longer than we have. But it's not aliens that were here or anything like that, because there's no evidence of that at all.
That's the problem, Charles. Are there
aliens somewhere out there? Yeah, there probably is. But here on Earth, there's no fucking evidence of aliens at all. None.
At least none that
we can find, that anybody can find, that anybody says is evidence of aliens. It's not evidence of aliens. There's nothing that we can find yet. We believe in it. We want there to believe aliens. Again, if you do the math and the numbers, there's no way that we're the only intelligent beings out there in the universe. But the universe is pretty big. They're not anywhere near us that we can tell right now, that we have any evidence for. So
maybe they pass by, maybe they keep it moving, whatever. But most of the shit that people are telling is aliens. Is
so when you're looking at these hieroglyphs and you read the story and you get to this part of the story here where these hieroglyphs are, and they're supposed to be tanks and planes and stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, the story changed. But then when you read the story the way it's supposed to be read, that's the king's name at the time. And then the new king afterwards, they put his name on top of that. And when you break those actual names down and you know the symbols for those names and you put them over and the overlapping on top of it, and this is known to happen all over Egypt, but nobody ever talks about it in any other places, because those other places, it didn't happen to look like tanks and stuff like that, for whatever reason, and planes and fucking helicopters. But in this case here, when they did that, when they put the new name over the other name, and the story makes sense with either name there, because it's talking about this is the king's place and whatever it is, it makes sense. And then you put the new name, this is the king's place and blah, 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 blah. It makes sense. But when you put this is the king's place, helicopters, tanks, fucking weird spaceship planes, palace of this and this and this. What? Huh? That doesn't make sense at all. So it's just fucking bullshit. It's just people trying to make up stories that fit their fucking narrative of these people have been here, these beings have been here and everything like that. No, it's not. Because when you put it to the story, it doesn't make any sense. Okay? Here's another one. Okay, the light bulb. The Egyptian light bulb. All right. There's only one of these. One in all of everything.
What about the Baghdad battery?
Well, that's actual evidence that people had the knowledge and stuff to take some stuff and make a battery and everything like that. It's that light bulb thing there. If it's in a temple, okay, in a lower part of the temple, and it's a symbol of, it has to do with, I can't remember the whole entire thing. I'd have to look it up and remember all of that stuff. But it has to do with life and death and stuff like that. And it's only in one place, in this one temple, and it's part of this one story. And it's not a light bulb. If the Egyptians had this technology, it would be, again, everywhere on their fucking scripts, everywhere. They wouldn't be like, oh, we'll just write about this one down here in the basement. And we won't tell anybody about it. Nobody else write about this in any of the stuff anywhere, okay? No, they would have put it up, because that's what they did when they had, because there's evidence of that. When they came up with some new stuff that's written, or they have a papyrus about it. They have scrolls and stuff on these things. We invented this new way to mummify bodies, or this new thing here and new there. But that's, again, they have evidence, and that's where people go and they cherry pick. Oh, look at this is evidence of this, but they don't show everything else, and they're like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't fit against with everything else that we have here. It's just fitting your story. It's not fitting the whole story. People just looking for their truth and not the truth.
Shit, not even their truth, just some bullshit.
You know, because there is. I mean, it's, yeah, we look for ghosts, we look for Bigfoot, we look for aliens and stuff like that. I'm still looking. There might one of these UFOs might be something from out of this world. One of these times when we're looking at a video or some pictures or something like that, it might be actual something real concrete evidence that we can tell, like, wow, that's not fucking made by a human being at all. There's no way that's a fucking real deal. Whatever. We may find that someday. We may see that. It might happen. They may just come and land on the fucking somewhere on Earth and be like, hey, we're here some point. We may get a signal from, hey, we're up here. We're really far away. Where are you? Send us a signal back. Get this. Like we send out there and everything. You know what I mean? That other thing when we got a fake signal back and the fake fucking message, it's
Yo,
fake.
could you imagine
It was
though,
all
if
fake.
the signal we got from the aliens was kind of like how people text? Like
They actually
one
have
word at a
pictures of them
time.
faking it.
Like they're like, hi. You know, you're like, they just keep responding like one word every time you say something to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't believe. We just don't want to
Yeah,
believe
when
all
you
this
go and you
bullshit.
look at it and you start to look at it, and you might have to put in debunking or hoaxes or fake to the searches and stuff like that. But when you actually read those stories about that and you see the evidence, because those stories too.
But also, hold on. You need to be cognizant too that if you watch how these people operate,
and how
they have so many of their fans and stuff who go and like their stuff. So what happens is a lot of even some of the
it just goes to the
to
top.
top
So
of the
you gotta
search engine.
keep searching, hitting more search results too. Even on just putting in their name, keep searching more search results, more, so that get to the bottom. Or you got to change the way you search it. You don't even have to put debunked and stuff. You can put, is this a real story, or is this that, or is that? And then you go and you start to read these other stories about these other sides of the things. Those things, they always list their sources. And then you can go and check those sources, and those sources will have sources. And those sources will have sources. And it's backed up, and it's backed up, and it's backed up. And they'll have solid evidence, solid fucking concrete proof of what they're talking about. It's not just all speculation and hearsay and insider information or anything like that. It's all stuff that can all be boom, 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 boom. And when you look at that stuff and you're like, wow, for all this to be fake, that's a lot to go through just to prove that this fucking guy over here telling this story is wrong. This little no fucking buddy talking about chicken fucking birds or fucking tanks in a fucking cave means that these blue chicken birds were here to save us
age
before,
regression and
age
fucking
regression
secret
and
space
all that
force
stuff.
and
When you can sit there and you can list out fucking 25 sources for what you just talked about in your articles or your information on your website and stuff, and you can go and then you can read all those sources, and those sources have sources, and the sources have sources, and it just keeps going. And you can just look at sources of this material for days on days and days of actual fucking evidence and stuff where you can be like, wow. Okay, and then you go back to this other dude's website or whatever he was talking about, and you look at his source, insider information, or it says some other website, and you go to that website, and it's the same story, a few words changed around, and a little bit of a different opinion on it or whatever, a little bit of different spin on it, and you're like, sources at the bottom, insider information, or it's a link to another fucking website of the same thing, and it's like, okay.
I feel bad because some of my sources have been outed. They've been killed and stuff.
Or it will say some random person's name, and you look up who this random person. You're like, this is a source.
Well, of course, their names don't exist because they can't.
No, because some of them will actually be like they'll have an Instagram page or something like that, or there'll be like a writer on some fucking thing, and I'll be like, well, where's the actual evidence? Where's your pictures? Where's your sources? Where'd you get this? Who told you this information or anything? They don't have any answers for it. They don't have the answers for it. But again, when you go and you look up the information from the other side, is this stuff real or is it possible? What is the real? What do these people actually believe? These Mayans or these Aztecs and stuff? What's the thought on it? What do these symbols mean? And the rest of the fucking culture and the rest of the stories that these people talk about, and you're like, well, how come these symbols mean fucking corn and fucking whatever over here, but when they're talking about on this one little thing over here, and you change it to that, when you change it to that, this little section, it sounds like, aliens were here, but when you change it to corn and stuff, it actually makes sense with the rest of the story too. So it's like, whatever the word is, I'm just picking.
Hey, that wrestling promoter,
general word,
or was it bodybuilding promoter?
Yeah, bodybuilding.
He told it's aliens. It's always aliens, man.
And everybody fucking loves it. I mean, the dude's funny. He's fucking
he's hilarious.
Hilarious, but he's a funny
guy.
Talented
guy.
You've met him. He's a nice guy. Whatever.
Nice guy.
Seems nice. Whatever. But it's just he's a story. That's it. He's a promoter. He's promoting the ancient alien thing. That's all he's doing and stuff. And everybody that they've ever had on this show, they've never had any actual experts of anything. It's just more people that talk about the same story.
And have written books.
They've written books about these same stories.
And been to some of these places though. They've been to some of them. I don't know. Sorry. Just reality. It's too many people peddling too much shit right now. It's just way too much shit. I'm trying to weed through the trash to find treasure, man, because it's. I just can't believe how many people are just buying into all this bullshit. I just don't get it, folks. But I guess it's just like, again, it's religion. It's cult. There are people who are looking for the answers.
It sounds a lot. It sounds a lot of it sounds good because we want it. We want answers. We want to know this stuff. We want to believe in this stuff. So we start to believe in it, and you start to believe, and you start to believe that this is it's real. This is actual evidence and stuff like that. And you start to just because you're like, I don't want to. Again, a lot of this stuff, people take passages again out of these books and stuff. They're talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh. Go read the Epic of Gilgamesh. Go try and read the Epic of Gilgamesh. You're just going to start, 95% of people are going to start to read that shit, and they're like, I'll take their word for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to read this whole book. Or they'll skip to that one section and be like, poop, poop, poop. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right, and not read the rest of it and be like, oh, wait, that doesn't make sense at all. Because it's shit's hard to read those old fucking time, the way it's written, the way it is, and even when you start to translate it, starts to fucking, that's when it's boom, and so they start to say, well, we translated it different and stuff like that. Well, no, all these other people, there's like 90 other translations of it and stuff that are all really close to this translation, and yours is like way the fuck out here in left field.
It makes no fucking sense.
Makes no sense compared to all these other ones. Like the Emerald Tablets, here's one of my favorite things, okay? There's about 15 translations of the Emerald Tablets. But do you know what all these people hang on? And the ones that they go by is the most recent one by Maurice Dorel, the leader of the White Brotherhood Society, I believe it is, of the occult and everything like that, okay? And his is the only one that talks about anything about aliens and fucking ancient beings or anything like that. And it's 13 tablets and or anything like that or anything. All the stuff that's in there. His is the only one. Okay. I don't even know if any of I can't even remember if any of the lines that are actually on the tablet, because it's actually 13 lines that was on one tablet. 13 lines. It was even translated by Isaac Newton. Okay, so all this new dude comes along, and Isaac Newton's pretty close to, I can't remember. I'll screw up the other people's names because they're all foreign people, old people, and stuff like that. It's all been because they pretty much was like, yep, this is what the translation is. We know what it is until Maurice Dorel comes along and finds it, and he's like, oh yeah, I just channeled this, and I knew where to look, and I found this, and these tablets and everything, and there's no evidence of any of it at all. Nobody's ever seen these tablets, nothing and stuff like that. None of it at all. Anything that he ever said is fucking real. If you read his whole story, his real name is fucking, what was it? Conrad Dugan, I believe, something like that. I got some posts. I got a whole bunch of information, and you read it. He was another one. He ripped off H.P. Lovecraft stories and all this stuff and everything, and really bought into all that. And he was kind of a scam artist and a hoaxer and a trickster, and not a good all around guy when you look at his by who he really was and everything like that. And again, his is the only version of that tablet that's fucking this whole big long book with this whole story, and it's supposedly 13 tablets and only 11 have been released, and the last 2 will be released when the time is right and everything. No, it's 13 lines on one that was on one tablet, and it was in Aramaic. It was an Aramaic tablet, I believe, or Arabic, whatever it is. And it's been translated by a whole bunch of actual scholars and people. Again, Isaac Newton translated it, and I've read and I posted Isaac Newton's translation of it, and it's good stuff. It's actually some solid ideas and everything like that, and a good premise to kind of go by or whatever. And I'm not knocking or whatever. It's some good insight or whatever. I can probably look it up here in a second and read the what it actually says and what the actual Emerald Tablets is. And you don't have to read it 100 times to understand it and whatever and blah 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 and all this other.
I read
all this other hooey bluey that people fucking say is fucking goes along with the Emerald Tablets and any of that stuff. It's all fucking bullshit. Again, this Maurice fucking Dorel or fucking Conrad, I think it was something Dugan, a Dogan. Somebody like that. This dude here he knew more than Isaac Newton and these other fucking people.
He was channeling. Hello,
these other 13 people before him that actually translated, and it was accepted as the actual translation of this one tablet with 13 lines on it. You know what I mean? And that's all of a sudden, it turns out it was more than that, and it's a whole different thing. No, it's again, he was at that time when it came out, and that story and his story was written, and what he was talking about was at that time when all that stuff was coming out and all that bullshit was starting to come out. All these stories, made up stories, fictional stories about this shit was coming out. So
And Dim 302, I disagree. I think he is playing with a full deck, just like most of these people. They're very calculated people. Excuse me, these are just New Age preachers. They're New Age, this New Age cult, this New Age religion, and they've just figured out how to take relevant things and attach things to them that make it sound like, oh, okay, it fits their narrative. It fits whatever they're trying to sell. If you've watched enough movies, I remember watching the V series and stuff, and then you go and see someone like David Icke, because I used to be a fan of his as well. And you watch all those videos and the whole push, oh, reptilians, everybody's a reptilian, so-and-so is a reptilian. He's just basically watched that same series that we all watched as kids or whatever. And at some point in his life, when this whole thing about aliens became great, especially with the internet helped these people who would normally be sitting home writing a book or trying to write a script and get it made in a movie or get it made into a TV show or a documentary or something. They are actually able now to communicate their whole narrative, their whole thought process to millions of people around the world. And in those millions of people, you're going to find people who also saw the V series and was like me as a kid, like, oh, this shit is dope. But never as a kid did I ever think that was going on. I will say I still love the movie They Live. Whether or not it's real, I don't know now. I have to question that too. It's still Hollywood. The whole purpose of these people is to push something Hollywood-like that they know is going to sell. You watch the David Icke, the David Wilcox, the Corey Goods, but most of these people, now they start to create these stories that they can't back any of it up.
And stuff, because a lot of this stuff is evidence that like a movie came out and then afterwards they start talking about this. You know the Blue Avians? It's not from a movie. It's from somebody's artwork, and the person is suing the fuck out of Corey Good right now for fucking stealing his artwork. It's fucking. You can tell it's a clear ripoff of this dude's artwork that he did it fucking way before Corey Good.
Hey, they're being sued by Marvel too, because
yeah, Marvel suing them. They're ripping off fucking Marvel and shit.
Return of the Guardians. Excuse me. I'm eating an apple empanada.
So it's just, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that might not be a complete full deck, because for them to really go this far and some of the stuff that they actually say, and some of them, I think Corey Good believes some of this shit is fucking real at some of this time. And same thing with fucking some of these people. I think they're seriously, and they.
I don't
know.
I think they just got so far into these stories that they can't pull back from it now, and they're making money
with a full
from
deck that's gonna do some shit that's just fucked up to all these fucking people too. So they can't be playing with a full fucking deck.
But you can say the same thing about people who went to see the circus with H.C. Barnum and stuff. They were sold the same bullshit, and people believe that.
They are smart people and stuff like that. But
it's business. But it's business. They don't care. The story, at this point, it's become so big. These people are talking everywhere.
Right. So it's right?
What you say? No, I'm not saying it's right.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not right because they're not playing with a full deck.
But I don't think I think they're playing with a full deck. I think they're very calculated people. These people aren't dumb. They're not stupid. They're probably not even crazy. They're just storytellers. They're great storytellers. I mean, I guess that would make all preachers. That would make anybody who tells a good story fucking crazy. And in my lifetime, I've met some good preachers who I think truly believe what they believe, and that's fine. And at some point, I believed what they were telling me. I'm just at the point where just like it's all starting to look like religion to me. You know, it's gotten to the point where it's just all being sold the same way. Well, but yes, you just got to wait for the aliens to come to save you. These aliens are going to all throughout the history of all of it. When have they come? They haven't come to do it yet. They're just sitting in the sidelines. They're going to wait for the most fucked up shit. No, you know what it is? They're going to wait for us to destroy the whole earth and then just come with the few who are here. Maybe that makes more sense.
Just like the rapture with God and everything. Yeah. He said the God's going to come down with the rapture and all the bad people are going to go to hell and everything. And just a few good people that are left to believe in Jesus and God are going to be saved and come up to heaven. It's the same fucking bullshit. Now it's fucking the aliens are kind of going to come down and save us when the time is right. They just got to wait till the moment is right. And and the people that believe and raise their vibrations are going to be saved. And the other lost souls will be left behind because they're not awake.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a religion to me.
Sounds like a cult too with some of these motherfuckers at this point. Yeah, cults and religions, pretty much. It doesn't make any sense. We as human beings are incredible. We're smart, we're talented, we're strong. We've done things we just don't know the stuff that we attribute to anything else but us because we refuse to believe that we were smart enough to do things because we didn't have
we don't
all
give
this
ourselves
back
enough
then.
credits and stuff. Just because we can't do it now or we don't do it the way they do it now doesn't mean that we
didn't
couldn't do it and we didn't do it back then. Because again, think about it, like I said it the other night on the show. In 1,000 years from now, let's just say some shit happens and boom, all of a sudden all this shit around here gets buried over and everything's changed in the fucking cataclysm, boom, 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 boom. New civilization is come and gone because we have evidence that this has happened here again, time and time again. So it happens. And these people are boom and they're advanced and everything. And then they stumble along and then dig or whatever. They're doing something and they find one of these old cities and they're looking and they're like, wow, 1,000 years ago, how did these people do this stuff? Look at that. These are supposed to be such primitive people. And look at this technology that they had and everything. How did they do? How did they know how to do this? We can't even do this kind of technology now. And it's at the same time, they have this crazy technology that we don't have now and everything that we'd be like, wow, that's fucking amazing and shit. And they're looking at us and like, wow, we can't even replicate this old fucking technology and shit.
Floppy disks.
It's the same thing as us looking back 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 60. The Sphinx might be fucking 40,000 years old. You know what I mean? We're looking at that and we're trying to figure out 40,000 years ago what the fuck these people were doing and how the fuck they could do it. And we're like, we can't do this now. Oh, how the fuck did they do it? Must have been aliens. Well, the aliens are here. The aliens did it.
I believe that too, though. It does do that. They always think it's all this stuff. A lot of this stuff gets attributed to aliens and gods and their wraths and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we
the
know
Earth
that's
is a
evidence.
living fucking thing.
The Earth does shit all the time. We know there's earthquakes and there's cycles and there's earthquakes and there's hurricanes and there's fucking tornadoes and there's fucking ice ages and all kinds of shit and stuff like that happens. And the fucking comet could hit the Earth or we could have a fucking solar flare or something like that. And all this shit, it's gone. Pretty much everybody's gone. Everything's boom. Everything's reset back to nothing. And there's just a few people left that are there that got to come back and tell the story and rebuild and stuff. And the story gets fucked up and people forget shit every time.
And people make up shit because it's convenient for them. Is the battery just
That's why. I think the battery died. Anyway, this is the last one, so you can just look at the picture for that like that. But you know, and that's why. And then you did again. We have evidence that this has happened time and time again. But everybody wants to be like aliens. God, go, blah, blah, blah. Yes, these people, they interpret the way they interpret things. A lot of times they interpret everything was a god. Grapes were gods. This was gods. A lot of stuff was gods back then. A lot of this stuff, and it's the thing. These people, they wrote everything down in stone and stuff. And when you start to study it, you understand what they were talking about and the way they mean things, and what things meant and stuff, and not just take little pieces of it. And you take the whole story of it. Aliens and all that shit doesn't make any sense. They're little god stories, made up gods and stuff like that. That whole thing, that kind of makes sense to what they're saying in their stories. But saying it's aliens and everything else like that is no, it's not what they're saying at all. And saying these things are this and that. And
all sounds good. I've read a lot of sci-fi in my life. A lot of it. Watched a lot of sci-fi movies. It all sounds great. Just all reads of movies and fucking.
I want
just like some concrete evidence.
It's no longer I want to change this sign over here. You know, the X-Files sign that says I want to believe. Well, I do believe. I want to know.
Right, to see some real fucking evidence. I've been such a fan of all this stuff for a long time and just watching some of these people, but then once you just get into it, it just doesn't make sense. All these people, Bob Lazar, I want disclosure. It's all about disclosure. The people need to know. Well, where's the element 151? Where's
all your actual evidence? Right. Where's your actual stuff besides your story? Oh, I got a little badge. Oh, cool, dude. You know how easy fucking con artists and criminals have been making fake fucking ID badges since ID badges were a fucking thing. It's real easy to make a fucking fake ID badge. Anybody can do it.
Hey, he went away for 30 years.
I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to show you guys. I'm like, yeah, look at Area 67.
No.
Y'all gonna be like, people are gonna be like, "Wow, that dude, he's."
I got a Space Force badge. I served on Mars. And I've been age regressed twice. I'm actually 114 years old. You didn't know that, did you?
None of these people have evidence, you know. It's a fucking what's Phil Schneider. Oh, I got pictures of caves, of cave battles, and everything like that. And look at my scars from the fucking aliens and shit. You know, fucking it's kind of a sad story because he was one not playing with a full deck. He was fucking like schizophrenic and had all kinds of fucking mental issues since he was a child. He was an alcoholic and shit, drug addict, all in and out of mental hospitals and jail his whole entire fucking life. He shot himself in the fucking chest. And then later claimed that as fucking a cobalt, a blast from cobalt injury, which is bullshit. Because he had no evidence of that at all. And his pictures of his alien tunnels and everything like that was fucking tunnels in Japan, which we've talked about on the show and stuff. And other tunnels that people have fucking debunked and fucking proven that they're not anywhere where he says he was. He would have been 17 at the time of the things that were going on and saying, doing what he was saying, and which wasn't possible because he couldn't have the degrees that he said he had anyway, which he can't prove that either. He didn't go to college. He didn't have any
and not
degrees
to mention, you didn't have the luxury of Google. You didn't have the luxury of the internet back then when he was probably going through some old books and came across these pictures and fucking cut them out and did whatever.
No, there's
ripped them
actual
out.
stories that people knew back then that this dude's fucking bullshit. But of course, it didn't. It gets buried into that, and then people go back looking for stuff, and then they find the story of Phil Schneider kicking around still here in groups here and there and stuff because people are like, oh, it's still real. And then the internet's born, and then of course, the only thing that gets on there at first and everything out there in the mainstream is the fucking bullshit. And you got to dig through the bullshit and see and look into who this person is. There's actual documentations and stuff showing this guy was in a mental hospital. This guy was fucking arrested. This guy was this. This guy was that. It was a real sad story about him. All his friends, that people, there's fucking stories that people who knew him, they felt really bad for him. He had, you know, his back was fucked up. He was in pain all the time from things that were wrong with him and stuff. So he's
Sounds a lot like Mr. Help Me.
Yeah, fucking, you know. Some of it is like, yeah, because he did actually have cancer, David T. Berry or whatever. So it's just, you know, people want that.
But he also said
Feel
he
bad
literally
about me
says that
and
he was
stuff.
locked up for what he was saying.
Yeah, he was fucking locked up for saying what he's saying and doing and all this stuff or whatever.
The man said that God is jealous of him. He is the Hiwu Muncha, which in the language spoken by the gods simply means
I'll fucking
He
tell
who
you, I
God
was
is
fucking
jealous of.
locked up one time, but it was my own fucking fault. I was just being stupid in the fucking school I went to and shit like that. It was fucking, it wasn't a regular school and shit because I didn't like school and fucking, so they sent me one of the school for like fucking bad kids or whatever. And fucking, there wasn't as many kids and all this stuff and whatever. So I was fucking pissed off one day and I was fucking throwing shit around the class and the teacher fucking like said something to me. So I threw the desk at the chalkboard. I just picked it up and I threw it. They're like, why'd you do that? I was like, the voices in my head told me to do it. So of course they call my fucking parents and shit and everything. And they're like, well, you have to take them. If you don't take them, we're going to call the cops and they're going to take them and everything. So I had to go and spend the fucking, like they call it a 23-hour hold or something like that. It's not even 24 hours. I had to stay there for 23 hours. I was fucking around. I was like, the voices in my head. They're like, what? I was like, the voices in my head told me to say it. I mean, of course the voices in my head told me to say it. I thought of the idea to pick up my desk right now and throw it at the fucking thing because I didn't want to fucking be there anyway.
Yeah, I told you I was in the 76ers
I was just
program.
trying to go home.
I wanted to get out of Charlestown High School. They put me in the 76ers program. I spent all day reading comic books and shit and reading books and just fucking chilling until they switched me to Copley High School. But I'll tell you, one time in the basement,
Then they got smart and everything. They were like, all right, we'll put you. They put me back into the high school, but they put me in all of the advanced classes that were a little bit harder and a little bit more interesting for me. When I was also able to go over to the college that was right there, and I was taking some of the college classes there too. But then I was just still like, this is just less school. It's like it's just a waste of my time.
School's for fools. Look at me.
I can't say it's completely for
No, that's a
education
fucking,
and learning and stuff is a good thing.
the
But
deed.
school and the structure of the way schools are and the way that they teach and the stuff that they teach in school and the stories that they teach and the way that they do, because there is an agenda and there is a narrative to schooling and everything like that. But I can do another one, but I'm just not charging the batteries and shit. But
What batteries?
one might be charged, but I don't feel like doing all that shit.
Yeah, y'all, if you need to see us, please let us know. I'll put the battery in. But if you don't, we can just keep talking. We're gonna smoke another one.
Or whatever. We'll just smoke another one. So school. I mean, education isn't bad. Learning and stuff isn't bad in per se in general or whatever. It's just how that they do it in school and lumping everybody together.
It's
and
so
then they
fucking
say
repetitive.
It is to fit the thing, to keep us enslaved, to keep us dumbed down somewhat, and not know the full story of what went on with Thanksgiving and everything. They just keep teaching. We know everybody knows the fucking story of Thanksgiving and all these things is bullshit, and the narrative that they try to get across for the most part. But people, the math, science, those are real legitimate things to learn and stuff. For the most part, a lot of the history stuff, I would say, is bullshit. You know what I mean? Geometry, art. There's other aspects of school, and everybody likes school. But again, I don't believe in the structure of school, because then people get selected out like me. I was more advanced than most of the people in school. I would do the work. When my grades were I got a lot of A's, B's. I got good grades when I went to school and I actually did the work and stuff. But I would do it and I would be bored. Teacher would be like, "Here's your assignment." I'd be like, "Here you go." I'm like, "What am I going to do now?" "Do something else in your book." "Okay, here you go." I'm like, "All right, well, this is fucking boring shit here," and then I would just goof off and I would get in trouble, get kicked out. So that's why they sent me to that other fucking school and stuff.
See, high school for me, it was, and the beginning of high school sucked, man. It was the atmosphere was more distracting than anything.
Yeah, and then you got that, but it's like the little meme that goes around in the little old thing and saying that like school and is like taking. Because everybody's different. Everybody learns at their own rate. Even if you're the same age, you still learn at your own rate.
Or what you're more interested in.
And what your learning way. Because we know now there's different ways for people to learn and how people learn and stuff. But it's like taking a monkey, a giraffe, a fucking fish. You know what I mean?
A
zebra. A bunch of different animals and stuff. And today's lesson is climb to the top of that tree and get the one last banana that's way up at the top.
Monkey won.
And who's going to do it? Well, obviously the fish is going to be just sitting there flopping around like, and they're going to be like, "Well, you got ADD, so you go down and see the nurse and get some medication and stuff like that."
Just put him in a water tank and pacify his water.
The jock's going to give it his all real hot and going to be like, "Well, you're a jock and stuff. You ain't ever going to learn much here and stuff." You know what I mean? So they just start labeling people and doing everything. I mean, fucking kids in fucking preschool now are on fucking ADD medication and stuff. No, they're in preschool. They're fucking 3 years old, 4 years old and shit. What the fuck you want them to do? You want them to sit down and listen to a story for more than 2 minutes and do all that stuff? It's fucking ridiculous.
No, they want them drooling and shit and watching TV all damn day, on the internet, or
so
have a fucking
that's
tablet
where
or phone
I don't agree with school and everything, but that's part of, again, the fucked up system that has nothing to do with aliens and fucking evil fucking shit like that. It's evil, greedy fucking people trying to fucking be in power. It's power hungry. Power creates fucking this problem, and people, that's part of the human experience and the human being and everything, and you're supposed to learn how to fucking handle that fucking emotion and that fucking part of you. Yeah, it's power is a thing, and whatever, it's another thing that we have, like being sad or happy and everything like that, but it's you got to be able to use your power wisely and stuff like that, not abuse it and fucking and take over everybody and everything, and like these fucking evil people are doing. I'll call them evil people because what they're doing is fucking evil, but they're not fucking devils and fucking demons and fucking evil gray aliens and fucking shapeshifters and all
they're not coming to save us. They're not sitting in the background.
There's no fucking
channeling from
that anybody fucking has it all. None of these fucking pictures of them fucking their eyes looking funny or their fucking
wait,
any of that shit is real.
Wait, I'm getting a message from the Rasta Aryans. Hold on.
Roll another blunt.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
There you have it, folks, right there.
Man, these guys, I mean, when I channel the Rasta Aryans,
channeling, and
my alien friends who I channel, they're on a planet made of weed.
Their messages is always on point.
Yeah. They just,
do you hear that message, everybody? Who ain't smoking weed every day that's listening right now?
Hold on. Whoa. A second message. They say roll up.
How do they know rolling up?
If you got it, smoke it. Okay, yeah, man. I'm sorry, these dudes, they don't fuck around. Raphael, if you don't reach out to me somehow, brother, man, like, I'm gonna stop short of giving you my cell phone number on fucking air, but if you reach out to me,
you got to give him an email.
Email paranormalhood@AOL.com. Instagram, Facebook. Are you on any social media? Maybe you're not on social media, but reach out to brother. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in your area, man. Just want to know how to maneuver and shit. You know what I'm saying? Holler at a brother, and we can get together, smoke one. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a couple. Shit. Told you that King Louis was that King Louis. I smoked that shit after, because I don't sleep much when I'm on the road and shit, especially when I'm out there. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep when I get home. So I didn't sleep much, but I know I got back from that fucking conference. Was it Contact in the Desert? And I went and I smoked that shit on the porch. And I was like, come on, aliens. Like, if you motherfuckers is really out here, like, on dogs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holler at a brother. Like, this is the
we know,
perfect
Raph.
time.
I don't feel like getting up and changing it. We're just smoking this one last one.
He said change the batteries. Come on, we're just going to smoke one last one, man. Can we just talk? You need to see the smoke. By the time I get up and stuff and then put the battery in, then he's got to reset. Like, you know what I'm saying? Huh? You just tune in Thursday. You know, every Thursday night we always reset we always put the 2 batteries in. You know what I'm saying? We still riding out with y'all. Thank you, everybody, joining. I just realized, I don't know if Dim 302 is still in. I just realized who that is, too. Takes me a minute. I'm a little slow. BS, brain surgery. Remember, hey, smoke weed every day. Are you going to reach out to me? You know what I'm saying? Holler at a brother. Do you not even have email? You don't even use email? You could be psyops, man. You could be working for the other people, like monitor us, like act like you're real cool with us, and then go back. But you know what they said? You're gonna help dox us? Or we gonna get doxed? The funny thing about it is, I've said it from the beginning. I didn't even graduate high school. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I know what I know. I know what I've learned. My ass will be 49 in how many days? What, 2 weeks, whatever? Trust me. Motherfucker, I've been through some shit. But I learned a lot. What I didn't learn in school, because school at that point was just like, well, whatever. So can you reach out to me? Are we even, I don't know if we're friends on IG, whatever, but Paranormal Hood. And he's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. Like, just go there. Like, just send a message. It's like, yo, Jiggy, what's up? Whatever. Friend request me, whatever. Maybe if you don't want people to know your business, just send me a DM, whatever. All right? Thank you. But yeah, school, I don't know, man. It was a combination. hey, do yoga every day. I'll get into yoga. That I need to do something. I've lost so much weight at this point, which is fine, but I don't know if I want to go the gym route, but yoga would probably be more beneficial for me. It's one of those things I just need to start. I could do both. I don't want to be a beast. I just want to have a little bit of stuff hanging now. Yeah, please do. Holla. Yep, IG. Paranormal Hood and Paranormal Hood Live Radio. You can't miss us. Hey. Meditate every day. Hey. Eat healthy every day.
Some of the stuff these people talk, the meditation is good. Eating healthy, eating right, going vegan if you can, vegetarian, going that route, taking better care of yourself.
I can't lie though.
Environment.
I don't even think that those motherfuckers live half the shit that they talk.
That's what I'm saying. But at least that's a good message. That's a good part of it to put out there and stuff. But that's how they hook these people in, because these are the people that are starting to be aware of this stuff and get into it. So they're starting. Oh, these people are talking about this. What else are they saying? Oh wow. Oh my God, I can't believe. Wow. Oh, all that stuff they're saying. And they get sucked into that. Because that's how they get them in there. By talking about that stuff, peace and love, meditate, mindfulness, be thoughtful, do yoga, do this, do that. And then, hey, check out
my cult. Follow my cult. Go to my Patreon. Buy my books. Come to my 300 lectures a year. But I don't make any money. It's your fucking job. You do make money. Be honest. Here's the thing, too. I don't have a problem with people making money. If that is what you do, whatever, but just be honest. Be real. If it's spreading peace and love, if you're teaching a yoga class, whatever, however you make your money, make your money. I'm not against it. I'm not an asshole. But it's the overselling of shit. And it's like, I got to keep the story going. Like, it's like, I got to have chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4.
if you're gonna sell a book, a sci-fi book or whatever, a story book about aliens or whatever it is, then just that's it. Don't be selling all this other blah blah blah, trying to make it seem like it's real and it's a actual fucking real book about fucking it's an actual evidence of something and shit like that, and hooking people on to all this fucking bullshit. It's ridiculous. You know, be like, yeah, here those books. I don't think there's anything in these books at all.
I don't even think that motherfucker knows what he's talking about. I don't think he knows.
No, he claims to be all this stuff.
I don't think he knows.
He doesn't know any of that stuff.
Aramaic, I don't think he knows nothing about what the fuck he's talking about.
Cuneiform, he doesn't know any of that. He wasn't an archaeologist, wasn't any of this. He just knew of some talk of some other people from other people. Like I said, again, he got the stories from H.P. Lovecraft, this other stuff. There's actually evidence where he would have gotten a hold of one of the little sci-fi magazines that was going around that would have had H.P. Lovecraft stories and shit into it. Again, there's also evidence that he was friends with Soros and stuff like that. It was him or Daniken? I forget which one. I forget if it was Sitchinus or Von Daniken that was his friends with Soros.
Oh, Georgie boy.
So, you know, you start to look into the background of these people and who these people are and everything like that. And not just the books and the stories they're selling on top. Who's selling these stories? Because everybody these days, they want to look into everybody's lives so fucking meticulously and stuff and be like, oh, look at this person's doing this. You know, that means they're a devil worshiper. Or they're under fucking Illuminati control and everything like that. But then when they go and they look at their fucking people and stuff, they don't want to look at anything that has anything to do bad. They're like, oh, that's just disinformation, discrediting it, blah, 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 blah.
I guess it's also, to play devil's advocate, it's also a thought process for some people that somebody has to be right, you know. And when you want to question everything, it's easy to believe that somebody still has some answers, but they don't want to believe that most of it's just bullshit. It just, again, it reads like religion. Been around religion my whole life. It just reads like religion.
Yep.
It's just selling people some shit. Sit around. We're incredible. Let's worry about, one, taking care of ourselves, peace and love, taking care of the planet. Not worried about as much as I always said I wanted to go to Mars. I'd rather see us do incredible things here before we worry about venturing out someplace else and terraforming someplace and moving there and making it a great Mars, make it the best Mars
really
ever.
Did come together. Look at all this fucking technology and everything we have, and put all of our minds and everything together, and we really fucking did some shit.
We can clean up everything, fix everything, grow food, take care of each other.
Whole new system of everything.
Then, you know, and that's when the aliens would show up. That's when the aliens would show up.
Oh, wow, they figured it out. These fucking people are smart. Hey, what's going on?
There's that light we've been looking for at that end of the
We
galaxy.
didn't want you to
Oh,
affect our
shit.
planets.
Hold up. Look at that light coming from Earth, yo.
Because right now we're
Look
a
at that
fucking
light. Look at Earth glow like that. Oh, shit. Yo, let's go check those motherfuckers out. They look like they're having a good old fucking love party.
If the aliens do come by, they're like, oh, that planet's got a virus on it. We're a fucking virus. They're like, look at those fucking shit. They're killing them. We don't want to go near there. They might infect us. Let's get out of here. And they fly the fuck out of here. They don't even come close enough for us to pick up. If it is, NASA gets a little blip or something on a satellite of one of these space agencies or whatever. But they're like, oh fuck, what are they? They're killing everything. They're doing everything.
They got GPS.
Wow,
avoid Earth.
We were gonna
Avoid
take them and show them
Earth.
fucking some cool stuff, but shit, we might get what they have.
Yo, they do a tour of the galaxy and shit, and they're like, yo, what's that planet over there? Oh, that used to be the blue planet back in the day. It used to be like really, really fucking dope.
Brown planet.
Yo, that's just but we don't go there. We can't even take you there, man. We're not allowed to. We get fined and shit, and then we lose our fucking tour licenses of the galaxy.
Like way out on the edge of the solar system, there's like fucking construction tape around it, like fucking caution tape and shit.
They got like fucking galactic police in front of it. It's
contaminated because we got fucking space probes flying around all over the place and stuff. Like, don't go near this area.
Warning.
Anything gets near the edge, they blast it, and NASA's just like, oh, the batteries finally died.
Every now and then, some like super rich alien kid though gets through, maybe buzzes by, but they catch them before they actually get to Earth and shit. They say, "Oh, it's a meteor." Whatever. I think that's when aliens would show up.
But yeah, I mean, we can do it. I think again, we're all worried about the technology that the Egyptians, and the Incas had, and everything like that. Well, look at the technology we have now. Let's do something about it. Let's get the message. They were saying, hey, look, we can do amazing things. Do it. We left this here in stone for you to fucking see. You're fucking amazing people. Do some shit.
You're smart. You can figure it out. We know you can. I don't think it's as complicated as people want to make it out to be. believe in aliens. I just don't believe that most of these people even know what the fuck an alien is. There's some great stories though.
Oh, a lot of good stories. A lot of great fucking stories.
I love sci-fi.
I love
I
it.
mean, I get some good laughs from this shit, man. I can't lie. Damon T. Berry, if for some reason you ever hear this and listen to this whole thing, I want to tell you, sir, that you tell great stories, though. That if you ever had made those shits in the movies or whatever and opened them, because you're just so compassionate the way you speak, that I would actually watch those movies, man. It would be like watching a good science fiction movie with Morgan fucking Freeman narrating it. Although I said motherfucking. So that would have been more like Samuel L. Jackson. But you're more Morgan Freeman-ish to me, though. So, yeah. And you're the most tortured soul on this planet, my friend. No one lives a worse life than you. That's sad that you really actually think that. Because clearly you have a computer. Clearly you have access to the internet. Clearly you're a great editor. You've put together a great series and stuff like that. So I doubt that you live the worst life on the planet, my friend. Okay? And if Jesus is God is jealous of you because you're the he, woo, mun, whatever the fuck you are, well, clearly all these answers you have to the universe, stop fucking creating all these fucking stories after stories and just give it out. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Bob Lazar and everybody else. All these people who, it's all about disclosure. Listen about disclosure. I've been hearing about disclosure my whole life and shit. I've watched tons of documentaries about UFOs and everything. And the government's going to tell. Everybody's going to tell. You guys are so about it. You've got all this fucking insider sources. Where's the fucking tangible proof? Just put that out. That's all. Let the people know.
Where's the class tablet, Corey? Where's any of this fucking shit?
Yeah. Well, that's on Mars, wasn't it? Oh, was that here on Earth?
I don't know.
Oh, you got regress somewhere. I don't know.
He's got fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing. You don't even have a fucking suit. No. You can't even fucking come up with a fake suit.
Nothing. Nothing. All this shit happened. Nothing. David Wilcox and his elaborate stories with Q and the fucking super tribunals and secret, all this shit. Nothing. Everything's coming though. It's coming. It's coming, guys.
Oh no, some of them are already taking place.
Yes, it's already happening. The smaller ones are being taken out. Where's the proof? Sounds good. Sounds real good. Oh, Big O. If go look up Damon T. Berry. That's all. You don't even have to watch all his shit. We unfortunately watched his whole series, but some of it was cool to learn some stuff. But he's got to just look at the trailer for his new
look at his
podcast.
His new podcast trailer, and then listen to some of his new podcasts, like the first one, the second. Just listen to it. It's fucking, oh man. Read some of the comments of the people too, and how fucking brainwashed they are. This fucking bullshit.
You can come live with me. You can come in with me. You'll be safe. You'll be loved. All this stuff. What do you need? Where can we send money? How can we help you? These folks are they're making money. They're doing well. I don't know how they're living the saddest fucking life out there. I mean, literally, these motherfuckers do tons of shows a year, appearances, all this stuff, all these things on YouTube. Support this, support that. Mm-hmm. I guess. I don't know. All right, this last one, smoke, folks. We're gonna end this one. We just popped on, just felt like talking. All these folks we talked about, again, we ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Just do some research. That's where investigators. That's what we do. We investigate this Michael. I mean, we're Trip Team Family, but I don't know what you're.
Willie Michael's not on here.
Yeah, no, he's not here right now. If that's what you're referring to. You believe the government a bunch of aliens?
The government's definitely a bunch of snakes. I'll give you that one. That's the type of reptiles they are.
Yeah, I'm not sold that they're anything else, but there's a
Nothing
bunch of
about
evil
that. Show me
fucking human beings.
Show me the proof. Show me the evidence.
Yeah.
And then I'll go with that.
Because remember, just as much as we're capable of doing some beautiful things, we're capable of doing some
real
fucked
evil,
up shit too.
Snake-like shit.
Yes, some horrible things, and we like to always attribute something to somebody else. It's never me. I never did anything. Human beings never take responsibility for anything, even the good or the bad. At this point, they don't want to take responsibility for either one because they don't want us to know the good we're capable of, but they sure love to show the bad. They sure do celebrate and applaud the bad. Remember that. So I don't know. Could be. All right, folks. We'll be out. You can check us every Thursday night when we do our actual show, and every now and then we pop on. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Shout out to the Chit Team family folks who are in here. You never know. Sometimes we come and talk about psychedelics. We talk about everything here, so you never know what we're talking about. So till another time, peace and love. We're on all social media. Paranormal Hood, Paranormal Live Radio, everywhere. Go subscribe. We out.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.